Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of For the Fans podcast, where it is New Year's Day. I hope everybody's enjoying their New Year so far. We wanted to sneak in another episode before the regular season ends, and we move on to the postseason, and things looking pretty good right now.
Got
Yeah.
most of the playoff picture shaped out here. We'll just have a few key games that we have to go into for Week 18
And I
to
know
kind of
there's a
solidify
team that
things.
can be a one seed, a two seed, a three, a five, a six, and a seven.
Love it.
Love it.
I love math.
I love trying to figure
Yeah.
out playoff seedings.
Well, we'll have to talk about it here a little bit. We can even cover it with some of these recaps here. Since we've got a lot to cover here tonight, let's jump right into it. Matt, give us your favorite game from Week 17 and why.
Mine have to be careful with my wording here because of circumstance. I was going to say the beating or assault of the Jets and the
The
Patriots,
belt. The belt.
That's belt to ass game. Anyone that's a
Mark
Patriots
Sanchez,
fan
anyone?
enjoys, yeah. Anyone that's a Patriot fan enjoys the Jets games because it's just an absolute shellacking and it's fun to watch. So that's why I picked it. 'Cause, like, I love watching them just get the crap kicked out of them.
Isn't that just
It
like
doesn't-
95% of the AFC East in general just loves when they play the Jets?
Yeah, it's always a great game to watch. Plus, with the other games that I enjoyed, we'll be covering later. So I just figured, just mention that it was a great game. They showed their dominance. Drake May played pretty well. Have to give props to Brees Hall. He did run over 100 yards, so
Yeah.
he was really the workhorse, which should show that he needs to get out.
Yeah. Drake May played pretty well. Drake May played pretty well. I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there. You guys heard a little bit on our chat this morning here, but 4 out of the 7 fantasy leagues that I've been in this year, soon to be potentially 5, I'm actually going to end up winning the championship. And there was one of them that I was playing in that all of my players were doing absolutely terrible. And I was like, all right, cool. I guess I'm not winning this one. And then I looked back later after this Patriots and Jets game, and I went, oh, thanks, Drake May. Appreciate it. It was like 44 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I lost the championship for the one with the jersey because the first week of the championship match, my team got 70 points and his team got like 140. I'm like, well, good night, everybody.
Yeah.
All my players
Yeah.
decided to basically die and just get 5 points each.
It sounds like my last 3 weeks of fantasy.
Which was sad because then the next week I think I outscored him because I got like 130, 140. I'm like, gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wait,
All
let me
right.
check.
That's it.
Yeah, I
So,
had
Tyler?
Jones benched in that 37-point game. Oh, that would have helped.
hmm
I want to talk about the Falcons Rams.
I knew
Uh,
it. That's why I didn't take them. I wanted the expert to talk about it.
oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Besides being a completely horrifying game in which my anxiety was off the charts, all that aside, it was a terribly enjoyable game to watch. And one I would recommend for anyone wanting to go back and view a very, very fun game. I
21
would
point
say,
game that almost got falconed.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The funnest part of this game, I think, is just that the Rams had overlooked the Falcons and just decided not to try in the first half, and then came out in the second half swinging and ready to play. And I've heard a lot of people say that this is a huge stain on the Rams record, but I think a lot of teams have this type of game. And I think the Rams came back in the second half and proved that they're still a top contender. And I think the second half Rams is the real Rams, and I think the first half Rams was sleepy Rams that just didn't know how to wake up and get out of their funk. So, despite being a great win for my boys, I still think this was a good look for them, for the Rams.
How do you feel about the Falcons, who are eliminated from the playoffs, beating the Rams, who are playing for the playoffs and were a Super Bowl favorite, now you guys, with that win, are going further down on your draft pick.
We don't even have our first round, so it really doesn't matter to me
Oh.
because Rams have our first round. So
Wow, the irony in that.
isn't that funny? The best thing they could do for themselves was to win that game, and we said, no.
The funny part
But,
about
yeah.
all this is I feel like it's fairly likely that the Rams will, of course, beat the Cardinals here in Week 18. And depending on what shakes out in San Francisco on Saturday, that's where things get interesting. Because that will probably mean that whichever team loses will probably drop to the 6th seed. So the Rams will more than likely take the 5 seed. What's really entertaining about that? They have a very high probability in that situation to play whoever wins the NFC South. And they've been a little shaky ground playing NFC South
I was gonna
teams.
say, I saw something where it's like the Rams' kryptonite this season so far has been NFC South for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And we're proud of it.
Yep.
Not all you got.
Yeah, really though. Other than that, we'd rather not talk about it. No
got
comment.
Future bear down to say in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're gonna beat the Packers? Is that what you're saying?
Heck yeah, I want you guys to beat the Packers in playoffs. That'd be so nice.
I mean, I just say it from the point of I
want that.
I'm with you just from the point of I don't know. I've been telling a lot of people here that I would much rather have us lose in Detroit this weekend and have the Eagles win against the Commanders. So then the Eagles get the 2 seed and the Bears get the 3 seed. I would happily take the Rams, the 49ers, the Seahawks in the first round of the playoffs than Green Bay. I am scared to death of playing Green Bay, despite the fact that it would be in Chicago. I would much rather take an NFC West team.
Yeah, I get that.
Fair enough.
And take it from the expense. I at least say from this point with the Bears, with Green Bay, us playing Green Bay, it's a wild card. Doesn't matter what the injury situation is like over in Green Bay. It doesn't, and I think the last time they played each other proves that. Micah Parsons was out. Jordan Love got hurt, and it still pretty much took half a miracle for the Bears to win that game. So, not like it's a cakewalk sort of thing. Whereas I look at the other side, playing NFC West teams, I think the 49ers and Bears game was proof enough that the Bears could keep up with that level of offense. The defense decides to get into gear too, then yeah, I think they could handle the Rams or the 49ers. Honestly, I think they could handle the Seahawks right now just because, yeah, the Seahawks defense is really, really good, but
their offense has been struggling the last couple of times.
Their offense has been very, very shaky, and I think the Bears would have a pretty easy enough time getting past them. But again, don't know. You never know. The other problem with the Bears here is there's a lot of youth there and a lot of lacking in playoff experience. So
hey, AI had the Bears winning the Super Bowl for 6 times in the next 50 or so years. So there's something.
Yeah, you know how much I trust AI to make that sort of pick correct.
Right.
Staying in the realm of the NFC North, I'll at least talk about my game between Ravens and Packers. The biggest thing I want to talk about that is just the achievements of Derrick Henry.
Yep.
I think that guy can absolutely still play at an elite level. And I almost wonder if maybe this was a bit of a wake-up call here at the very end of the season, that they really do maybe need to look into the idea of he's kind of more the star than Lamar.
Give him the ball.
At this point. Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is whenever they decide to put the fate of the game in Lamar Jackson's hands, I'm sorry, he craps the bed.
Yeah.
Especially
or he
in
gets hurt.
playoffs.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway that I got from that game. Other than the fact too that the Ravens are also carrying on the tradition that started with the Bears, and that is those cheese grater hats. I think those cheese grater hats are wonderful. They crack me up.
Agreed.
Oh man,
That was funny.
Did you
I
see
love that the whole reason
they? Oh, go ahead. I think you're covering.
I was gonna say, yeah, the whole reason that those hats exist. Is that what you were going with this, Shane?
Yep.
Matt, Tyler, are you familiar with why those hats exist?
I
Like
mean, I
what
assume
exists?
because of the cheese heads, but Is
Well,
there
yeah,
a
well,
deeper
yeah,
meaning
for-
than just
Kinda
the
right.
cheesehead heads?
Yeah, you're kind of right. So the company that was making all these cheesehead hats, they got a cease and desist letter from the Packers. The Packers didn't want them doing that anymore. I don't know if it was some sort of like business or franchise infringement or something like that. So the company
Are
was
the
like,
Packers
crap.
making them? Well, you don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Maybe, I don't know, but either way, the Packers were like, stop making these, and they went, oh crap, we have to rethink our whole business strategy, unless we want to get
Yeah.
sued by an NFL franchise. So then they started making these cheese grater hats and giving them to Bears fans and anyone else.
That's funny.
Great.
I love when that happens. You know you hit a chord, and it's like
Yep.
you just
Yeah.
need to keep playing it, like regardless.
Yeah.
You know the Bears fans will petition to the McCaskies and be like, please never get mad at them for this. This is gonna be great. Or-
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
why would they? It's not specific for any team. It's just a cheese grater
Yeah.
hat. Like it's not even
Yeah,
like the
exactly.
cheese. It's like specific to the Packers. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just how it is. But I wouldn't say anything about petition the McCaskies for this or that, because I'm sure we could petition the McCaskies till the cows come home about, hey, can we not have the Bears play in Northern Indiana? But
Yeah,
I don't
how
know,
do you
we'll see
feel
what
about
happens
Yeah.
there. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. At that point, I'd say,
Everyone
can we
I've
just
heard
say,
says they hate it.
can we just stay in Soldier Field? At that point, if we cannot go to Arlington Heights, like the initial location that we were looking at, then can we please stay in Soldier Field? That's how I see
If
it.
only you had an owner like Shad Khan who works with the city and is just like, hey, I will sign a contract that we can build this new stadium here, and we will stay in this city and never relocate for X amount of years.
Except you play in London how many times throughout the year?
Hey.
And not to mention,
Hey.
too, hey, I'm not done. I'm not done. May I also remind you that you play in Jacksonville, whereas my team plays in one of the most corrupt cities in the United States. Just saying.
Mhm.
Touche. I still find it funny. The Chargers are bit real quick side tangent because let's transition to my game unless you had anything you wanted to talk about.
Nope. Go ahead.
So I got Broncos Chiefs. Main reason I put this one, the Broncos were struggling against a third string quarterback in the Chiefs, and the biggest thing that I think took away from this, yes, I understand the Broncos clinched their division. But the thing that I find curious this week is the Chargers are willingly sitting Justin Herbert. I mean, it made sense because of that O-line. But they're potentially going to allow the Broncos to maintain that 1 seed, get the first round bye, and have every single game go to Mile High Stadium. That's the part that doesn't make sense in my head. And I'm like, and looking at the current matchups, if everything stays as they are, because honestly, I think the Patriots will beat the Dolphins. I think the Jaguars will beat the Titans, and Chargers without Herbert, they're going to lose to the Broncos. So the 1, 2, and 3 seed, I think, are all but decided. The Chargers are willingly, at this point, choosing to go to New England to play the Patriots in the cold, where they don't do well in the cold, rather than go to sunny Florida and be in warm weather where they have a better shot.
And I don't understand that logic at all behind that because, Matt, cue it up. You can tell me how many times in the playoffs have the Chargers absolutely fallen apart when their opponent in the playoffs is New England.
More than often.
I feel like there are quite a few occurrences to count.
It's a lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's bad for the Chargers either way. I mean, unless they're hoping that the Bills just leapfrog them, they fall to the 7 seed and just whoever wins the AFC North, I guess, is the ploy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Honestly,
But that's
like everyone
still
hoped
not
that they
great.
play the Chargers first.
That's a lot of ifs. Yeah.
Oh, I would love to host the Chargers. Herbert has not beaten Trevor Lawrence in his career yet, so that'd be great.
Oh,
for
if
me.
you guys were hosting the Los Angeles, every single Chargers fan is gonna start sweating and getting PTSD
Oh,
flashback.
Oh, for sure, which is why I think it'd be funny.
Yeah. Speaking of which, my boy has been running around all day in his new Chargers jersey,
Oh,
and
baby.
Aw.
Which one did he get?
Herbie.
Oh yeah. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if you were gonna get him Herbie or you're gonna get him an old classic like LT.
No, I would love to do that eventually, but I think he needs to, develop a little bit more of appreciation for the franchise before I start getting him legacy jerseys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Because the thing that we were talking about today too. I mean, okay,
you could have got them Rivers, old man Rivers.
sure. Well, cut him some slack. He's 5, is where I'm going with this. He's 5.
I know.
So when we were, well, no, where I'm going with that, I'll give you the reason why I'm saying that is because today I was talking with my parents. We were talking about the aftermath of course, Kyle Whittingham is now the coach at Michigan. He just grabbed Jason Beck and Jay Hill. Basically, he's honeypotted his entire staff from Utah to go over the state of Utah, not just the university, the state of Utah, to go over to Michigan. And I was talking with my parents about this, and I was just like, why Whittingham got hired there? Basically checking, did they know about Sharon Moore and stuff like that? And I said, do you guys know who the coach was before then? And they're like, no, who was that? And I was like, it's Jim Harbaugh. Do you guys know who Jim Harbaugh is? And they're like, oh yeah, totally. And they're like, where is he now? And I said, the Los Angeles Chargers. And I was like, right, Caleb? And he's like, what? And I was like, Jim Harbaugh. And Caleb's like, who's Jim Harbaugh? And I went, yeah, I rest my case.
Funny.
Caleb loves sports.
He does. He does indeed. I brainwashed him.
He's a good kid.
Good.
He's a good kid.
Yep.
I got my daughter, or my parents got my daughter a Jaguars cheerleader outfit that I'm gonna put on her for the first playoff game.
Well, I will say at least this, obviously Caleb has his own team, that and the Chargers, but when the Bears and the 49ers played each other last Sunday, I was like, Caleb, who are you going? You going with mom's team or dad's team? And Caleb was like, the Bears. I don't like the 49ers. So I was like, yeah.
A win.
You finally got a win.
Yep. Yeah, the one that didn't come up just barely at the end zone, unfortunately.
Because for basketball, he prefers your wife's team, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. He can't stand Arizona State. He's all BYU.
Gross.
He's a Dodgers fan, at least. I'll take that. Because my daughter's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, my kids say they will go to the sports side, tell them to go because my wife knows nothing about them really. So.
Yeah. Yep. Tyler, that will be fun to decide what side of the fence your kids swing when they start taking any interest in sports.
Already been a heavy discussion. It's mostly between Grandpa and me.
I figured as much. I figured Shania was very, very diplomatic and being like, well, whatever works, I'll support you, but I feel like, your father-in-law would be like, no, you're a Broncos fan.
Yeah, it's been at times a little dirty. He's done a couple of things that only those who are cheering, saying "Go Broncos," get to have dinner and different things like that. And I'm like, you cannot be. I'm like, that is such dirty play. I'm like, this early for these young kids. Come on, but
see, that's why you just whenever you're gonna meet up with them, pack your kids their own super nice meal. It's like, oh, that's the case. Here you go. Here's all your favorite foods and treats and snacks.
Oh, totally. And he would never actually stop any of us from eating, obviously.
Oh, I know.
But
I mean, my wife's
could
mainly
be worse.
49ers fans, or at least the ones that like football.
Tyler, I just have this image just now in my head of potentially you just waking up one morning and your oldest daughter walks out in a Saints jersey. So, I mean, that could happen too.
There could be worse ones. The Saints are not my least favorite franchise. So,
there's a video. What, McKay, was it you that sent it, where it was asking a bunch of Falcons fans who their least favorite team was?
Yeah, and most of them said the Saints, which I thought was interesting because, Tyler, if you had to pick your least favorite from your division, it's Carolina, right?
Yes, 100%.
I'm with you on
There's that one random guy in the video who said the least favorite team for the Falcons is the Bills, and that was a head scratcher for me.
Yeah,
there's not even bad blood.
You don't even go here.
There.
Right.
I was like, the Patriots would make sense because that turned into a laughing joke for 5 years in a row.
Matt, who would you say is the team that the Patriots hate the most?
Bills.
I wouldn't say the Bills.
They've owned the Bills for so long.
Oh, I know, but I mean, the Bills have probably been the only one that have given a decent competition.
Yeah, I guess in recent years.
Yeah, I
But-
think hated. Honestly, it's probably the Jets.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say,
Yeah.
the Panthers have not been the Falcons' greatest rival. It's just the team
Yeah.
that's like the worst.
Not
Yeah,
like
I
the
think
Eagles or anything.
Yeah, I think those teams mutually hate each other about the same level.
I don't think it does. I think that what you're saying, Matt, is for you and for you maybe as well, Tyler, that it's a little bit more. I would say it used to be very black and white for the NFC South for the Falcons. Like it used to be. Now we hate the Saints. Now it's
Yeah.
kind of going all over the board. A lot of hate for the Panthers. The Buccaneers have kind of been the top dog for a while now here too. It's a lot more gray matter, kind of like how the AFC East is for the Patriots. It's not black and white like it is for the Jaguars. They hate the Titans. It's not black and white like it is for the Bears. We hate the Packers above all
The
else.
AFC South is actually
Yeah.
very chippy all around right now. The Texans are like out for blood against the Jaguars, and like
You
guys don't
didn't
have any
used to
wins.
be. From what you've told me, Shane, you didn't used to be. Like it used to be kind of like, oh, they're there, Houston, they're there, and oh, Indianapolis, yeah, you're really good, and we don't like that you're so good, but at the same time, you got Peyton Manning, so like it respect, you know what I mean?
Texans,
Right.
the Texans fans have just been feisty lately, and I think it's just because they've been running the division for the most part the last decade, so I think they got a little bit of a chip on their shoulder right now.
Yeah.
Because once Peyton
Well,
left the division, Texans kind of had control of 90% of it.
Yeah, it's a lot of what ifs as far as going here in the future, not just for this season, but also in the future here. Speaking of which, I'm going to use that as my segue here for our burning questions. 3 things that we kind of want to talk about as far as postseason and beyond. We'll get into our award predictions here for a little bit, and then we'll also go into what we think the playoffs will kind of look like. So let's start off here with the first question, which is who will win the number 1 overall pick, and who is the likely number 1 overall draft pick? Now, someone help me out here. Who is the front runner right now?
Raiders.
I believe it's the Raiders. Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Raiders
not the
have 2
Giants
wins,
anymore.
And then everyone else has 3 wins.
Yeah, with putting everyone on IR just because, like,
Matt's Crosby
come
playing
on,
Crosby.
basketball.
you're tanking. We get it.
Yeah,
It's also
I-
smart because who knows? He could get hurt the last play of the game. And he's
But
out for.
here's the
season.
thing. What if the Raiders go under investigation and then the commissioner pulls a pick from them?
I could see that happening because he hates Brady.
Yeah.
And Brady's an odor, so I could see that.
I don't think because of how awful the Raiders are, I don't know if it will necessarily happen. But I actually do believe that the Raiders will use Crosby as trade bait. I think he might be out of his way of Las Vegas
Oh yeah.
offseason.
I think he's very frustrated with there. Now
Yeah.
it's the number 1 overall pick. What was his name? Fernando something? Fernando
No,
Mendoza?
no, don't
No,
punish
it's
him.
not.
Don't
yeah,
punish
it's not.
him.
It's not.
No.
So believe it or not, as of right now, and I saw the statistic today during the Oregon Texas Tech game. Fernando Mendoza, yes, the reigning Heisman winner, is actually projected to be the number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
Number
First
1.
one's Tyson.
Because of Oregon's
for knowing
QB.
a college player or something.
It's Ty Simpson for Alabama. They think he's
Who?
better than Mendoza.
What? No, it's definitely
I'm
Dante Moore
telling
from
you.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want
No
that to
way,
happen
like,
to him,
I
though.
Dude, okay, yeah. No, if you're going down that realm, absolutely. Ty Simpson, if he gets drafted by the Raiders, like, could not have happened to a worse quarterback. Like, I would love that because I'm not gonna like literally. I'm gonna get a little.
biased, but
I'm gonna get a little like I kid you not. This is what happened today. We were watching the Oregon Texas Tech game, and during the break time they show the upcoming game with Alabama and Indiana, and you see this happened last time too when Bama was playing in the SEC championship. They showed Ty Simpson walking in with his big old headphones. He's just got the smuggest look on his face and everything like that. He's just like, yeah, I play for Bama and stuff like that. And this time,
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like Emily and I, we kind of looked at him the first time during the SEC championship. We're just like, man, this guy thinks he's something. And this time, like, they show the camera of him just walking in with this smug look on his face. My wife, she's walking away with like some food. She goes, dick. Like she does not like Ty Simpson at all, which I think is
Good girl.
100% warranted.
Yeah. Or the
Yeah.
other pick is the Vanderbilt quarterback. Let him be number
Oh,
one.
Diego Pavia, man, he's
Yeah.
kind of a punk.
A
He's
little
kind
bit.
of a punk.
Yeah. But like I will say this though, like I know the players kind of have a choice, but they kind of don't at the same time. But I don't think Mendoza or Moore want to go to the Raiders. I don't
Who
think they
would?
want to go and be the hero. Honestly, I think it would be Ty Simpson. He's like, I play for Bama. I'll go in and fix that program because I'm amazing. Let him go to the Raiders. Like,
Even
let
though
him go.
Very few Bama quarterbacks actually do well in the pros.
You know,
Well, one got
it
paid
doesn't matter. He has
one
the
got paid $212 million by the Miami Dolphins, and he's on his way out now. So
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the way I see it. Like, yeah, it will probably be one of those two. But if they have a
Mhm.
say in it, like, I just don't think they would want to go because it's
Oh,
like a
the
uphill
rookies
battle. Like, you're
never
gonna
get a
have to be the
say.
star.
yeah, but here's another thing with it too, Shane. This is, and again, I mean, I'm bringing this out, in general too, but I have to say this because I don't know how much you guys have watched Mendoza or
I've
more,
watched
or even
so much
or even-
film.
or even Simpson and Pavia for that matter. But we need to be very clear that this is not the QB draft class from 2 years ago. You don't look at these four quarterbacks and it's not the same as Nix, May, Williams, and Daniels. These guys are
Yes.
not that good. None of them is going to be the savior that rights the ship for Vegas or New York. It's not going to happen.
All they need is Arch Manning to come back to his former glory, carry on the Manning name, beat Drake
Arch
May
is
once
not-
or twice.
Arch is so overrated. It's not even funny.
Yeah, he's pretty over it. He's
Hey, he
fast.
won a
He's
bowl
mobile as
game.
crap, but that won't save him in the NFL.
He won the
Has-
Cheez-It Bowl, Shane. I don't want to hear it.
I thought you'd be impressed. I actually know some college stuff for once.
Okay, good. I get here. You want a cookie? Like,
I knew Mendoza. I knew Arch Manning won a bowl game.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Trying here.
Remember too that bowl game that they won against was against the team that is now reeling after their head coach is in jail. Just saying.
But I
just
will
saying, I know
say,
some stuff.
for my likely smart draft pick, if it is the Raiders, they need to go after one of the linemen from Utah.
They won.
Yeah.
They desperately need.
Well, they
him
never-
back in the
they never
quarterback
take-
free agency.
yeah.
I think
That
he's
would be the
trash.
smartest move, and then trade Crosby, spend some money, and get a decent quarterback in. There's plenty out there. They're looking for jobs,
Who?
aka Mac Jones. Send him to the Raiders.
I don't
Okay,
think
so hang on. Let's shift there a little bit here. That was question number 3, which is any backup QBs that should get a starting job next year. I have 3 that I think should at least be considered. Matt, you just named one, and that's Mac Jones. I think he should at least get a chance to compete for a starting job.
Not
The other
at
2,
Raiders. I don't think Mac will go and be near Brady again.
yeah, I don't know, maybe. But the other 2, Malik Willis and Davis Mills.
Yeah,
Willis was
that's.
slinging it a little bit.
I just don't think he would survive in Vegas.
Oh,
I think Mac Jones would be fine in Vegas.
Nah.
But yeah, that's what I think on that question. I think definitely Mac Jones 100% should get a starting position somewhere. There's been a lot of crappy quarterback play out there.
well, and I'm wondering if Mac Jones is going to have a similar trajectory as Sam Darnold. Doesn't really do well in an AFC East team under their system, goes and plays as the backup, gets some playing time under Kyle Shanahan's system, and then goes somewhere else as the starter and does better.
Yeah.
Wow.
And who
even
knows?
The free agents
Miami
for
might
this
be good
year is
stuff.
gonna be bad.
Yeah.
It'll be a wild free agency for sure. But
Because we got Daniel
Yeah.
Jones, Aaron Rodgers, Russ.
Rodgers will
Mariota,
retire.
Zach Wilson.
I'm pretty confident.
Taylor,
on that
Flacco,
one.
Pickett, Jimmy G, Mitchell Trubisky.
Ew.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of very bottom of the barrel.
Trubisky.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Yeah.
With that said, though, because we kind of just talked about here. Before I go on to kind of like the shifting gears there, Tyler, is there anything you want to add as far as like potential QBs coming up, either backup QBs getting a starting role or the draft pick? What do you think will happen there?
Oh,
Deshaun
I don't
Watson.
know. I would not be surprised if Atlanta traded down to get a new QB and start over. Again.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not a terrible idea.
Do you keep Kyle Pitts? That's the question.
As a
I
backup,
don't know.
maybe.
I think Sills has been fun to watch, although he's technically a wide receiver. I think he could play tight end. I don't know.
Kyle Pitts
It's
has had a decent season.
he only did because Drake London went out. I almost said Drake May because Drake London went out. As soon as Drake London went out, Pitt started taking off because he was one of the top receivers. But I think
And also because him and Michael
I
Pittman
just think
played
he was one of the
golf
only
together.
option.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's because him and Michael also played golf together.
Probably. Honestly, my biggest problem with Kyle Pitts is not that he can't make a move, that he can't catch a ball, although I don't think he's the best pass catcher. It's that he can't block.
Yeah.
He is a crap blocker. Just
You
puts
do
no
what
heart into
some
it.
teams do. They have a receiving tight end, and they have another tight end that is there solely for blocking.
See, but that's such a waste to me. And I think the league
Many
is seeing
teams
the
do
best
it.
tight ends are the ones who can do both.
Not many can do
Even-
both, believe it or not, which is the sad part.
What?
Not many tight ends currently can do both very well.
Except for George Kittle.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I think most tight ends can at least set off a block, but he couldn't block a chair. Like I mean, he's just pissed poor.
Ouch.
Traffic cone.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right. Let's get into the fun stuff, yeah?
Yeah, let's do some award predictions here. Actually, no, hang on. We get one last question here that I'll throw out here. What teams missed the playoffs this year do you think that will likely be there next year?
100% not the Chiefs. I'm sick of hearing it. It's not
No,
going to happen.
no, it's not. It's not. I 100% agree.
Yeah, throw it.
I think it's
not.
going to take them 2 years.
Anyone that says it is deserves to be slapped.
You look at
No,
any
like-
team. I still wonder if the Bengals could come back next year.
I think, yeah, that's the only team that I'm like, I could see them bouncing back. Like, if they decide to give Burrow protection and draft or bring in a bunch of
But they
people 'cause they
won't.
think he's going to leave.
Yeah.
Because if not, he'll leave in the offseason. I bet you'll ask for a trade. If they
Are-
don't
are
do
we-
enough,
Are
he'll
we
bounce.
counting the Ravens as in or out as of this moment?
They're on the
In for right now.
bubble.
Let's count
Yeah,
them in for right now.
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
say if we're not talking the wow, my mind just blanked as far as the Bengals. I think the other two teams that I'm like, hey, I could really seriously see them back in the playoffs next year would be the Lions and the Commanders.
Agreed.
I was going to say Commanders, Lions, and Cowboys.
No, not
Oh,
the Cowboys.
shut up.
Cowboys, it's just
Cowboys,
so
get outta
hard.
here.
I was
That's
gonna
such
say
a-
Colts, but Daniel Jones is probably out for most of next year as well.
He will be, and
Yeah.
Philip Rivers said he's back on the sideline
Yep.
after
Yeah.
the end of this season. He's got one more game to play, and then he's out.
Oh no, he's already out. He's not playing in this next game.
Oh, they're having Riley Leonard do it? I didn't know that.
Yep, Riley Leonard is. So Philip Rivers said after last game against the Jaguars that was his last one.
All
Made me
right.
sad.
Got his benefits and bounce.
No. It was towards
No, I know.
in the
I
fourth
know.
quarter of that Jaguars game, they subbed Rivers out and put Leonard in because they said, "Oh, Rivers can't throw the ball that far."
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Made me
Whenever
sad.
they were trying to do the deep throws. But
Awesome.
Hey, cool. Let's go into our award predictions. Shane, you weren't here when I was kind of covering the description behind it, but the way that this is going to go is that we get to do a NFL pick. So that when we say NFL pick, that means this is who we expect the NFL to name the winner of that award. But we also
I
get
got
our own personal pick. Okay, well, I only saw one on there for each of yours, so I wasn't sure.
I
Yeah.
did this earlier, and I'm just like, I feel like mine are, for the most part, lining up pretty decently, so
Yeah.
Okay.
there's
Well, and then
only two
beyond
I
that-
got.
And then beyond that personal pick, if you could cast a vote for that award, then who would it be? So,
Yeah.
without further ado, Comeback Player of the Year award. Shane, why don't you kick us off here as far as who you think will be the NFL's actual pick versus who you, if there is a difference, who you would pick for that
This
award.
one, I don't think there is that much of a difference, even though I could see one. So the NFL pick, I think they're gonna pick CMC. I think that's the obvious one. I'm also going to say that just because I want to be right. But if I had to pick a flashy, surprising one for comeback player of the year, I would actually go with Daniel Jones for the main reason of everybody thought he was gone, everyone thought he was trash. He went over to the Colts, signed a 1-year deal, mind you, and he was tearing up teams this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was an MVP candidate at one point.
Yep.
I think he was a 7-1.
Yeah, he was like almost the front runner for a minute.
Yeah.
It's wild.
He was the front runner for a hot while.
Too funny. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like those picks. Matt, go ahead.
Mine, NFL pick is probably going to be CMC. My personal pick up until recent events was going to be Diggs. Because just saying, like he went from injured to just leading the team, doing great. Now he's choking people out. So he obviously probably won't win the award because of pure publicity. But the other personal pick, the backup, was probably Aiden Hutchinson.
Gotcha.
Coming
Nice.
off a nasty injury like that, he played pretty elite. So
yeah, I agree. Going into my pick here, I'm with you guys. I think the actual NFL pick will be Christian McCaffrey, just with the season that he's had after missing all of last year. If I could do a personal pick, though, honestly, Matt, I was there with you with Aiden Hutchinson, just from the point of the nasty injury that he had, how horrible that thing was. My dad's cousin suffered a similar injury where a piece of the bone goes into the bloodstream after it gets broken, and it's a hard injury to come back from. But because it's my pick and I get to do what I want with it, yes, he never won a game. But if I had the power to pick my comeback player of the year, I'm going Old Man Rivers.
Oh, baby. I would love it.
Oh boy, that would be a funny send off for him.
That's fair. There's some truth there. I can get behind that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just for the fun.
Yeah.
He came
Tyler?
back and then left.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tyler.
I'm also taking CMC. I just think he's had a remarkable year. I had so many leagues that I had him as an option to take, and I just passed him by because I was like, no, I saw him last year. I think he's on his way out, and boy, was I wrong, and boy, do I regret it.
Yeah. Agreed.
Mm.
Cool. All right, let's go into our coach of the year. Shane, kick it off.
This one sucks. I hate saying this one.
Why?
Not your pick. I think your pick's wrong too, but it's the admittance of what my pick is.
You mean your pick being the wrong pick?
No, I stand by my pick.
Here's the thing. I think there are two. There are two front runners for this, and it's Mike Vrabel and Liam Cohen. I personally, I think those are the two front runners. Those I think are the top two. There is some debate for a couple others, which I will not argue that there's some debate for others, but I think these two are the best ones for the main reason of these two things. Mike Vrabel took this team, and they look like one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league right now with the Patriots. The other side, Liam Cohen. What were the expectations for everybody who looked at the Jaguars going into the season? 3-14, 2-15, just doing horrible. The coach had no confidence. He's a first-time head coach, and he broke
No one thought that.
I don't think anyone actually thought that. I think you're buttering up your own team there.
There were so many people saying the Jaguars were going to get
That's an outrageous claim.
I love how all three of us immediately attacked him on that. No one believed that.
Hear all of that? There were so
I
many
don't
people
know.
saying that the Jaguars were going to be a bottom 5 team.
I don't know. I think your algorithm was pumping out what you wanted. I don't think that was actually said.
It was after his first press conference with his classic that everybody made fun of.
Duval.
After that,
I don't think they said they'd be that bad.
Oh, people
They
said
did
they were
not.
I really
bad.
don't.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's
I'm gonna have to
it
pull
went one ear and out
receipts.
the other, different
I'm
communication.
gonna have to pull out
Yep.
receipts to show you guys.
Possibly some
Anyways,
bias.
all right.
I would
all
love
right,
to see those
let's skip over that. Let's skip over that then. He's the first ever coach in NFL history to take a team that had 4 wins or less and carry them to, I believe it is 11 or 12 wins. And mind you, yes, Vrabel did the same thing with the Patriots this year, but when I'm saying first time coach, I mean first time ever. Mike Vrabel has been a head coach before, so it did not qualify.
So when they have a first round exit, are you gonna change your tune?
When
Oh.
the Patriots have first round exit, are you going to change yours?
No.
I don't
least
think
he's
the
honest.
Patriots are going to have a first round exit.
We'll get to that.
The only team I think you guys should be scared of is the Texans, really.
You never know with Buffalo.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So Shane,
well,
so Shane, is your NFL pick and your personal pick both Liam Cohen?
I think that the NFL will go with Mike Vrabel just because he's more well known as a head coach. That's what I'm going to say.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, mine, it's clear.
Yeah.
You actually had people saying they'd barely get 7 wins or 8 wins this year. Those are facts. Everyone said, "Oh yeah, they won't win the division, stomped by everyone else." Da, 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 da. You know, so I think he did great. Plus, I love the culture. I think that really does matter in this type of award. He changed the vibe of the locker room.
Yeah, and that's where I would go with my pick. Me thinking that the NFL pick would easily be Vrabel because the culture changed. It seemed like it was very much declining with Belichick, and then absolutely non-existent with Mayo. And yes, I recognize that Vrabel has won a Coach of the Year award before, and he's credited as being able to do that. And so it's almost like, to some people, Shane, to your point, like it might feel a little hollow that that he's winning that award. But I just feel like with the fact that Vrabel has taken, this team that has won its division, it's a front-running, team within the conference and the league in general, and he's helped craft an MVP candidate that's only in his second year. It's that's convincing enough for me. That said, if I had a personal pick, I think it goes without saying I'd love to pick Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I was going to
just
say Ben
because
Johnson I
of-
have to see a debate for.
Which isn't a bad.
It's not it's not the right pick. I think the right pick is Vrabel, but I would love to pick it solely from the point of just how he is able to essentially right the ship within 1 year. With the situation with the Bears, because as we've talked about, I think what I'm thinking was best case scenario was, hey, maybe we get 7, 8, 9 wins. You know what I mean? Maybe best case scenario, maybe we somehow by a miracle sneak into the playoffs. I had no thoughts of under his leadership the Bears would win their division.
Yeah.
I agree
Like it.
100% with what was just said by McKay. Despite my lack of desire for the Patriots to look good again, I definitely got to go with Vrabel. I like the pick of Ben Johnson. I would almost say Ben Johnson. I just think the Patriots, I would say almost comeback, because honestly, I feel like Coach of the Year is like comeback Coach of the Year. It's like, this is where the team was. This is where the coach got them. And I feel like if any team had that comeback story, it would be the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's go into Defensive Rookie of the Year. Yeah, go ahead, Shane.
Wow. Oh, I need to actually step away. Give me a minute.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Matt, go
Both
ahead.
Mine. Probably butcher his name, but Schwessinger is who I
Right.
would pick. I think he played really well on a crappy team. He really
Yep.
made people fear that defense, along with obviously Myles Garrett. But
Right.
yeah, like that was a scary combination. More so other people, and that's why I'd pick him from the NFL pick and personal pick. No one really impressed me more than he did.
I would do the same. I'd take him for both the NFL pick and the personal pick. And I think here's another thing to keep in mind, too. The reason I think he is a big, major contributing factor to the fact that Myles Garrett has a chance to break the sack record here, is because they've had to worry about him on the other side.
Yeah, it wasn't just one
Yes.
guy.
Yeah.
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 That's all there. Go ahead, Tyler.
No, I agree. I feel like Abdul Carter is probably the more popular pick, which is why I
He
think
wasn't
he's
such
going
an
to end up
idiot.
winning.
Yeah.
If I had to guess where it's going to go, even though I think Schweichen had the better defensive look, I think Abdul Carter is probably going to end up winning this.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is personal bias, but Jalen Walker, I think, has been stand up fantastic. I was impressed.
Yeah. Like it. Jane,
I don't know if we're going to get him back in time.
2 cents worth.
I didn't care about his defensive interests anyway, so I say we just move on.
Yeah, it's probably Carter.
To heck with Shane.
And heck with him.
Well, Matt, lead us off then with
Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think the NFL pick, just because he had more highlights, is going to be Henderson. Trayvon Henderson. 100%. It's going to be there. My personal pick that could be a close second would probably be Jackson Dart.
Sorry, I had to
'Cause
go say
after-
goodnight to my daughter.
After losing Scadaboo, like, he performed still at a high level. And I think his team just got gassed because he had to do it all himself, and then he kind of declined a little bit. But I think the pick will probably be Henderson. He did a lot when he had the opportunity.
Give him the ball.
I'm gonna insert here, Shane. We can come back to you. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish, but for me at least, I feel like I like Henderson as a pick. I just feel like we didn't get enough games to see him that I feel like merits enough to give him the Offensive Rookie of the Year. I could be completely wrong, but the way that I see it, I actually for the actual pick, I think the NFL is going to go, and I'm basically mostly going off of where the odds makers are at right now, is actually giving it to Teteroa McMillan for the Panthers as far as what he's been able to do on the side of that team that has a team that is in playoff contention and the good things that he's been doing there. Now,
not a terrible pick.
Yep. That said, I'm sticking with the NFC South for my personal pick. I really wish he had been able to keep up the momentum, but I understand injuries came about. I would love to go with Anika Egbuka for my personal pick.
It's a good one.
All right, Shane. And then we'll go to Tyler.
Oh, I'm here. Hi. Real quick, my defensive rookie, I had Abdul Carter. Just I don't pay attention enough to defensive rookies. Haven't really heard too many names for them. So, offensive rookie of the year, I think the NFL was probably gonna pick Travion Henderson, as everyone else was saying. I wish we got more games with him. My personal pick for the offensive rookie of the year would probably be Scadaboo.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I think if he did not get injured, he would have easily been the rookie of the year for offense.
You want to know what's really sad, though? I'm just going to put a quick little side tangent in here of that. I feel Scadaboo is a really, really good running back, and it's sad that he got injured, and I feel like his game does translate pretty well to the NFL. But on paper and with abilities-wise, the best running back from this rookie class is Ashton Janty. But he played for the Raiders.
Yep.
And that is why he is not even being considered, because it was that bad.
I'd say he's a top 10 contender, but top 10 doesn't get you very far.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
Right, Tyler?
I think it's going to be Ibuka. I think he's more flashy. I think when it comes to voting, people are going to go with who they recognize. And so that's why I think Ibuka.
Yeah.
I was blown away once again, unfortunately, and I hate.
Just say it. Say it.
Say it.
Henderson.
Do it.
I was super impressed with Henderson. I 100% why the Patriots did not just move 100% to him is is beyond me. Just beyond impressed, especially for a rookie who had very low, in my opinion, expectations. Or at least I had low expectations for him. He got picked up, was going to play second fiddle, and I was expecting him to be a second fiddle attack the whole season, and definitely, I would say, exceeded that expectation. So maybe I'm seeing this more as they exceeded my expectations more than anything. I don't know that he had the best performance, like it's been said. Didn't get to see a ton of him, but just if there was an offensive rookie who I was like, wow, did not expect that, it'd probably be Henderson.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of good conversation there.
Yeah.
Let's move on to defensive player of the year.
I think this one's got to be pretty obvious across the board.
So close to
Yeah.
breaking a record.
I'm seeing one here from Tyler. So Tyler, we got to let you have the floor here at the end because that is actually a sneaky good pick that I really do like. But I think let's address the elephant in the room here, which is that the defensive player of the year likely award, and for many of us the personal pick, is Myles Garrett as far as the sack record. But that said, Shane, you didn't hear this, but we were also saying, going back to the defensive rookie of the year, a big reason, a contributing factor to why Garrett has been able to do what he has done is because Schlesinger is on the other side balling out.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, floor's yours.
Yep.
Well, like what's been said, I mean, just outstanding year for Garrett. Obviously, I think he's the popular choice to get picked overall. But I have Nick Bonito as my personal pick. I think he's been super fun to watch. I obviously live in a household that watches a lot of the Broncos. So once again, some personal bias coming in there. Despite not caring too much for the team, just, see a lot of him play. Been really impressed. Just fantastic pass rushing, fantastic. Just strength. Like I've seen him muscle past and muscle into scenarios that I was like, dang, dude. And I think just awareness. I think he's someone who's going to be around for a while. And I think he's a smart player. And smart players defensively, I think, go farther than anyone else. Just because I think they know how to play the game and they know they don't make the mistakes as often.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Yeah, that's good. All right, let's go to offensive player of the year. Shane?
There were a lot of choices here, and I mean a lot of choices. I think JSN is probably going to get it for the NFL.
Yeah.
I think that's the NFL one. I want to say that's my personal pick too. There's other people, but I don't know if I like them that much personally, and I think other people might have a little bit of bias with picking them. But go ahead.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go with mine. I'm picking Puka Nacua because he's had a pretty good year.
Despite becoming a problem off the field recently.
Yeah, that's honestly is his one downfall.
Stephon Diggs.
For the choking people out. Alright, so I would say that on the offensive side, I really would like to see Nacua do it because he's pretty much made the biggest difference on that Rams team. But yeah, I also, as my personal pick, I'd probably say JSN. I think he's a heavy favorite, but I'd love to see Puka get it.
If I could just dive in here because I feel like I actually have the opposite picking here. I think Nacua kind of ruined his chances with some of his off-field antics at getting the award because I think that'll play such a big role. So I think Puka Nacua would probably be my pick because every single week I see a new highlight of him making some crazy play that I'm like, who could do that? That's just insane. Yeah, like that Falcons game, which was not a catch, but still just absolutely insane.
It was an insane catch.
Could have been such a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and honestly, if he just hadn't been along the line and landed out of bounds, it would have been just insane. just insane from Puka. I just blown away by him. But I think because of some of the choices he's unfortunately made, I think JSN is going to take this award and run away with it, just because I think he's been consistently good and been quiet off field. Not been an idiot off field, maybe is the better way to say that.
So for me, for my actual the actual NFL pick, I got to go with JSN. I just think that he is the prime one. It's just it's going to happen. He's going to be the guy who gets that one. My personal pick, though, might be a little controversial here, but I've just been able to see, what he's done with his team this year, with the expectations that he's managed, the difficulties that he's dealt with. And, honestly, here's a guy. I think no better person is more deserving of the Offensive Player of the Year award than Patrick Mahomes. So,
Get out
my
here,
wife's just
Crystal.
rolling
Just
her
'cause
eyes
Matt
right now.
left. You have summoned his spirit back to the podcast despite leaving.
No, all honesty, I got Puka Nacua really with that. He'd be my personal pick too. I don't think I'm with you, Tyler. I don't think he's going to get it simply because of the off-field antics. But I had to at least throw that one in there about Patrick Mahomes because there's someone out there who is thinking exactly along those lines, those delusional lines.
They're like, Patrick Mahomes was having one of the best seasons until he got hurt, and I'm like, and guess what happens with the MVP award and everything else and Player of the Year? I'm like, usually when you get hurt halfway through the season, you kind of get knocked off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, too good.
And for those listeners who are not aware, Matt just texted that he will have to step off for just a minute. So this was
Maybe.
perfect timing for McKay to pick Matt's favorite character and just to romanticize his season a little bit.
Gosh.
That was funny. Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, let's just jump into the MVP pick here then. Shane, go ahead.
Oh, baby. The MVP one, I feel like, is one of the few that I feel like is ping-pong between, 10 different people throughout the season so far, and I have enjoyed it. I gotta say, I think the one that is the most fitting for it, as of right now, has to be Matthew Stafford. Everyone thought he was going to take a step back, he was going to be regressing this year, and honestly, Stafford looks like he's putting together one of his best seasons in a long time, so I think that's who the NFL is going to go for. I love Stafford. I can see it being another guy who I'm pretty sure is going to be mentioned by almost every single other person pretty soon, or at least by Matt, if Matt comes back.
Assuming Matt comes back.
That's funny.
And just because I share that same pick, I actually was going to say I think who Matt's pick is, but I do agree. I had a change of heart here right before. I was kind of on the fence between Stafford and Drake May, and I have to go back. I think Drake May or Matthew Stafford is probably going to end up being this year's MVP, especially because I think Drake May might have I don't want to say less popular, but I think in some ways a little less popular. And so I think Stafford's probably going to end up taking this. However, my personal pick, if I were to pick one player who made the biggest impact on their team, period. And as all of you know, I have a bit of a man crush on him, but Josh Allen, 100%, I would say, has made the biggest impact on the team this year.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like it. I gotta do the flip flop from what you guys are saying here. I'll start off with my personal pick. I would take Matthew Stafford. I just think it'd be so cool if a guy at his age would be able to win the MVP with how long he's been in the league, with how well the Rams were playing at one point. And I'm not ruling it out, but from what I've seen, from what I've heard, I think Drake May is a shoo-in for this award.
Really?
I think he will win the MVP.
Do you think this last week will have an impact on that, or do you
No.
think it's
Probably
I
not.
think it'll be a done deal.
interesting?
So, with that said, the remaining time that we have here, we got to do our For the Fun playoff tiers, which the way that this is basically going to work is we got to go through 4 different tiers. Level 1, which is we're expecting this team to have a first round exit. Level 2, they're probably going to lose in the divisional round. Level 3, they may make the conference championship. And level 4, they are a prime Super Bowl contender. And basically, I'm
McCade,
just talking about. Go ahead.
correct me if I'm wrong. This is essentially just us building a bracket, right?
Yeah, essentially, it's
Like,
just where we think these teams are going to end up.
It's not a bracket necessarily, but it's a how far do we think each team's gonna get?
Let me put it to you this
Right.
way at this point. I'll go ahead and go first here with these teams that are in for consideration here for making the playoffs, and where I believe personally, I think they will end up. So.
okay.
Going off of here, so starting off with the Denver Broncos, and Tyler, if Shania is listening, I'm going to get shot, but I think they are going to be losing in the divisional round.
All right.
Are you saying that if as they got the first round bye, or are you saying that as they are playing?
Either.
Oh, so you think they would win the wild card, or they get sent to wild card?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll make it. What I'm saying is I don't think they'll make the conference championship.
Yeah. I
Wait.
think
Is that a
agree
good
with
way of
you.
putting it? Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, do they even have a wait? So I guess I'm a little confused. I thought if they had a bye, they couldn't be out in the first round. Is that what we're saying, or am I
Yeah, but
misunderstanding?
I'm not saying them they're a first round
McKay's
exit.
saying
I'm
either
saying
way they will either get the bye and go and lose in divisional, or they will be in the wild card, win their wild
Oh,
card, and then lose divisional.
losing the divisional. I think the divisional is as far as the Broncos are getting.
okay. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Okay, thank
yeah.
you.
New England Patriots, and Matt's not here to
Well,
argue with
I
me
was gonna
here,
say,
but
I would argue Bronco. I think if Broncos are not a first round bye, I think they would be a first round exit.
oh, okay. Tyler, what do you think? I guess now you
Sorry,
guys understand it.
I was changing my own list to reflect how we're talking about this. Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, where you think the Broncos will end up within any of these levels?
Oh, I have them actually beating. Well, I have them losing in the. I mean, I did mine kind of like a bracket, so I apologize. My lingo might be a
You're
little
good.
different. I have them losing in the conference game.
Oh, Tyler has them going pretty far. I have them going not far at all. And
Okay.
McKay has them right in the middle.
Okay, I like it. Let's jump into New England here. Now, Matt's not here for this, but as far as I believe the Patriots will go, I believe their best, as far as they may go, is the conference championship. They may make the conference championship. Has to be either MAYE. They may
Yeah.
make the conference championship, but that's as far as I see them going. I do not see them as a Super Bowl contender, honestly and truly.
Really?
Yep. I personally feel, and Shane, you touched on this earlier, I personally feel if they run into Buffalo or Houston, they're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. I think the worst they do is conference championship. I think that their best is Super Bowl, but I don't think they would win the Super Bowl.
Tyler?
Sorry, I once again was correcting mine. Which team are we on?
Patriots.
Patriots. Okay, yeah. I have them going to the Super Bowl, but losing in the Super Bowl.
Okay, cool. I like it. Jaguars.
Ugh.
For me, starting off here, sorry, Shane, I'll get mine out of the way really
No,
quickly.
you're good. I need to think, so.
I think the Jaguars have a good shot at making the conference championship game, but I
Please
don't
curse
think you're
me
going.
again.
I don't think you're going to the Super Bowl.
Who do you
I have them
beating
losing. I have
Who do I have?
New England.
In either New England or Buffalo.
See, I think they would beat Buffalo. New England's the only one I'm concerned about.
Hmm.
Every other team, I think the Jaguars can beat. So, Jaguars have beaten the Broncos, the Chargers, and the Texans this year. We split with the Texans. We haven't played the Bills. We haven't played the Patriots, but I think we could beat the Bills because the Bills confuse me every single week. The Patriots seem the most consistent. I have honestly Jaguar Patriots in the conference championship, and I it's gonna be a little bit of a 2017 rematch. I feel like.
I was gonna say that's a flashback.
Mm-hmm. And I swear, if we get another BS call again, but I think that's going to be kind of like the floor for both of them. I think those are the two best teams in the AFC on the playoff side, unless the Ravens somehow sneak in and Derrick Henry just beats everybody up somehow. But I think the
So-
conference champion is gonna be Patriots Jaguars.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here. If Denver gets the first week bye,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't the winner of Jags Chargers and the winner of Bills Patriots would then play the following week, correct?
Not necessarily.
It's
So-
hard for us to really fully envision that, Tyler, until we see the
The,
official
the
playoff
one
bracket.
seed will
Oh, sure,
always
sure.
play the lowest seeded team. So it doesn't work like
Right.
a basketball bracket where you win
Yeah.
this game, you win this game, then you face each other. If the 7 seed wins, the 1 seed will play the 7 seed. But if let's just say like the 7, the 6 seed, and the 4
Five.
seed, 5
Oh,
seed.
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
6
5.
seed, 5. I know. I'm trying to do
If your
math.
if your wild card teams, if your wild card teams win and all in the first round, and the other 3 division winners lose, then it would be 5 versus 6 and 1 versus 7.
But at the same time, if,
okay, I'm
like,
with
let's
you.
just say, the they'll just always play the lowest seeded team. So whoever that happens to be.
Well, this does change my picks once again. I should have done more research into this before, throwing all this
If
together.
the 4 seed loses and the 5 seed wins, the Broncos will then face the 5 seed. If the 6 and 7 seed also
If
Yeah.
the 6 and 7 lose,
Yes.
Right. I'm with it now. I understand.
I feel like a lot of people also just don't necessarily know that in general, because a lot of people do go that traditional bracket of, oh, well, we match it up like this, whereas 1 to 7 all the way bottom top, and then the 1 gets the bye, and then the 1 seed will face the winner of the 2 and the 7 seed, where it's like, no, if the 1 seed will always face whoever's the lowest seed.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I mean, I guess the way I would have it working then is I think New England will beat the Bills, which then would put I think Jacksonville will beat the Chargers,
Mm-hmm.
which would then put Denver playing either Houston or Pittsburgh, which I
Or Baltimore.
believe would be right, or Baltimore, depending on the outcome of that game. But okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
I will adjust accordingly.
Sounds good.
But I think the Texans are most likely going to beat the 4 seed. I think the Broncos will probably face the Texans, and that'll be a fun one because that'll be a battle of the defenses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's try and go through this here really quick. I feel like these ones are fairly simple. Steelers, just here off the bat. I think that's a first round exit. Anyone
I think
disagree?
Steelers are
Same.
first round exit.
Same.
Ravens, do we think that they can make some noise? Because I still believe that they will be a first round exit, regardless of what Derrick Henry does, because I feel like the Texans defense will keep him contained enough to get a win.
Agreed.
The Ravens could kind of push around the Texans a little bit.
Do you see him losing in the divisional?
I'm gonna say their ceiling is the divisional.
Okay, I like it. Chargers, first round exit.
First round exit. Just not nothing bad
Agreed.
on their offense. Their O line is just dead.
Yeah, really though.
Bills.
I can see Bills making the championship.
My heart is saying Super Bowl contender. My brain is saying conference championship.
Here's the thing.
Same.
No 7 seed has ever made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We also skipped over the Texans,
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh yes, we did. I've got them lower on the list. I just have a list here at the bottom of my document. That's where I got.
Yeah. I think when inevitably what I think will happen is probably the 49ers and the Seahawks play, and then the Bills and New England play. I think those two are going to be the tightest games that I had the hardest time predicting the outcome of, based on just what I was able to do some quick math on. But, or I guess it would probably be the Rams, based on what I know now. Okay, so it'd probably be Rams and Seattle. Ooh, that would be good. That would be a good. Ooh, that would be good. Anyway, I think Buffalo and New England, that game is going to be crazy.
Yep.
And could potentially be the AFC Championship game, depending on how things go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Houston. I think Houston divisional.
Houston has never made it past the divisional round in their entire history.
Exactly. And I don't think that's changing this year.
Nope, because in all honesty, I'm seeing it as either the Texans are going to be going up against the Patriots, or they're going against the Jaguars, and the Jaguars have beaten the Texans 7 out of 8 quarters of football so far. I don't think the Texans could do it.
Yeah.
They're not good enough to break history yet.
Yeah. Cool, let's go to the NFC. Seattle. Oh boy, I might be controversial for this, but I'm going to say first round exit from the point of I am expecting San Francisco to win the game on Saturday.
This Sunday. Saturday, right.
Saturday, yep. And then wherever if Seattle gets bumped to the 5 seed, that'll probably change it for me. But if Seattle gets bumped to the 6 seed, yeah, I have them losing in the first round, if not divisional.
So, real quick, the Bears are the 2 seed. You're thinking the Seahawks will lose to the Bears or the Eagles?
It would be, either the Bears or the Eagles. Yes, 100%.
Like, they're currently the 1 seed right now, so I don't know if. Oh no, they locked in the ones. Oh no, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
The 49ers.
And I project the 49ers win this game on Saturday.
So Seahawks 49ers. So the Seahawks will only be the 1 or the 5, which means the Seahawks can only face a first round bye.
I thought they still had a shot to the 6, but you're right. No, the Rams are locked into the 6 seed, huh?
With the loss to Falcons.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So if that's the case, okay, then I'm going to say divisional. That is where the Seahawks lose. Whether they are the 1 seed or the 5 seed, they lose in the divisional. Okay. I do not see them in the conference championship.
I see them in the conference championship, but I see it as they're going to be in the conference championship against one of their division opponents.
Agreed. And I think whoever wins that is obviously, I think NFC West is where we are getting our
honestly,
Super Bowl contender.
The NFC West, I think, I think NFC West is going to have the Super Bowl contender, but it's going to be rough for whoever gets it because someone in the NFC West is getting that 1 seed. The rest of the time, they are going to basically almost face NFC West opponents the entire time the rest of the way through.
Which will just make for a good game, you know what I mean?
I know. It will be
hopefully.
Hopefully. But looking at it from like a perspective of you're that team, that sucks to draw your division opponents 2 times in the playoffs.
Yes,
agreed.
But I have an answer for that here as far as where I think things are going to go, but we will get to it when I get to that team. So, did you guys make your picks then for Seahawks? I can't remember if we made it official or not.
I'm going to say championship.
Okay.
I have them as championship or Super Bowl. I currently have them as Super Bowl contender. I'm leaning towards them winning. I think they're going to lose to the 49ers, and then I think they're going to beat them in the conference championship to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay. Bears. I have their ceiling is a divisional round exit.
I agree.
I could also see first round because it's Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean.
I have them beating Green Bay.
I mean, you guys could fall to the 3 seed and face the Rams.
Which, if that's possible, then yeah, possibly still first round exit. Maybe divisional. I think the divisional is the ceiling. That's it for the Bears.
Yeah, I have them going out in the divisional.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm proud of the Bears for getting that far, though.
If they continue to replicate and build off this success from this season, then they'll be okay. But
I
if it's
still
just
don't
another
believe in
one-off
Caleb
Bears
Williams,
season, yeah. Well, actually, I'm becoming more and more of a believer, but I still got a ways to go.
I would say it's more Ben Johnson than anything.
Oh, it's 100% Ben Johnson. What I think is a better way to look at it, though, is when they didn't execute properly on that final play against the Niners. I feel like a lot of times in the NFL, a lot of people like to play the blame game. A.J. Brown, get me the ball more, sort of thing. It's not his fault, sort of thing. But in the post game conference, like Ben Johnson was like, "Yep, it's my fault. I didn't call the right play. I didn't call it fast enough. Everyone was confused. It's my fault. I own that." And Caleb Williams, heard that, so he could have been like, "Yeah, sorry, I just coach didn't get it to me fast enough." That sort of thing. Caleb Williams got up there and said, "No, I didn't tell our guys quick enough. I own that. That was my fault. That's why we lost." And I feel like when you have a coach and a quarterback, both of whom are willing to accept that, responsibility and willing to learn from it and improve and not play the blame game with each other, which I feel like often happens with coaches and quarterbacks who are both hard-headed and think they know the game so well, that creates problems. But when both of them are willing to be humble, that might cause problems for the team, for other teams well into the future.
Agreed.
Cool. Eagles.
First.
I want to say
First round exit. Cool. That was easy. Buccaneers and Panthers. Does anyone think they're going to the divisional round?
I'm going to say
First.
division round.
I'm going to say first for both of them.
Nah, because I think it's very possible that, because I'm going to differ from you. I think the Seahawks are going to beat the Niners, which means the Rams are going to beat the Cardinals, which means the Rams are going to play most likely the Panthers, and I think the Panthers are going to beat the Rams and move on to division.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
They beat them already.
I know. But
Tyler just doesn't want to admit that two of his rivals could possibly make it to the divisional round.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I still love looking at the playoff brackets. Like in the hunt, number 4 currently Panthers. On the bubble, number 11 Buccaneers eliminated 8 Vikings.
Yeah, right. All right. San Francisco 49ers. Guys, I'm going to be straight up with you. This is the team I have winning the Super Bowl this year.
Really?
From the simple point of, I feel like, their defense is not stellar, but the offense has enough to get things done with, whatever Purdy or McCaffrey does. And I feel like they have a setup here that is really, really good for them. I feel like they're the NFC version of the Bills. The Chiefs are gone. Their kryptonite is gone. They can do it. They are good enough to beat the Seahawks. They beat the Seahawks before they caught fire here on the season. They're good enough to beat the Rams, especially because I feel like the Rams have taken a step back. They're good enough to beat any single team in the NFC. And I also have to point out the key fact that on my side in the bracket, I have them winning this game on Saturday, which means San Francisco gets the 1 seed, which means in the divisional round, where do the Niners play? In Levi's Stadium. If they go on and win that and they go to the NFC Championship, where does the game played? Levi's Stadium. If they go on to the Super Bowl, where is the game played? Levi's Stadium.
Repeating history with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, gross.
It could very much have, except the Buccaneers were the wild card team, so they did not get it until they went to the Super Bowl.
Hey,
but the Rams did it too. The Rams got to play in their home stadium for the Super Bowl too.
True.
Yep. Oh yeah, I got the 49ers winning it all.
Lazy.
Nah.
Anything else with them? What do you guys got?
No.
Niners, I'm gonna say division round.
All right.
Wait.
I think you're full of crap, but
wait. I'm gonna say championship because I believe they'll have
some a little more realistic
players come back.
That's a little more realistic.
Yeah, I had
I
to look at their
honestly have
division
no
round opponents, and
idea
I'm like, oh, that's
of those
astronomical.
three. They've all won one and lost one, haven't they?
Yeah.
Well, until this weekend when we see 49ers Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think they've all won one and lost, and I honestly have no idea.
So
I
Yeah,
can
Rams
see
and
any
Niners
one
for
of
the
these
series.
teams.
Yeah.
So the Niners beat the Rams
Niners-
earlier this season in overtime, and then they lost
Yes.
by a good amount.
So that's the 49ers and the Rams. 49ers and Seahawks. The 49ers won the first time. We'll find out about, as far as the second time goes. And then Seahawks and Rams. Rams won the first time. Seahawks won the second time. Am I missing any setup? I didn't think so. So yeah, there you go.
No. Yeah. And Packers.
First round, that's it.
Well, we got the Rams too. Or did we kind of cover the Rams in there?
Oh, I kind of thought we covered them, but anything
Yeah,
else
I
to
guess
say?
you're right.
Add to
I guess
them?
you're right. I still see potentially the Rams as Super Bowl contenders, but I think it'll be a long shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Packers, I'm going to be honest with you. If they're playing the Eagles, it's absolutely a first round exit. If they're playing the Bears, I'm going to be honest with you. At this point, I still have them as a first round exit.
I have them first round.
Shane, anything to add?
I got nothing to add.
Cool. Well, there we go.
That takes us through everything, right?
Yes, it does. That ended up being a little longer just because, yeah, there's a lot to cover there, but still, good stuff.
Yep. And then after this week, it's playoff time.
Yep. It'll be big.
Oh, I gotta
Be fun.
remember. Oh yeah, we jump immediately into playoffs too. Oh, that's gonna be so good. I wish they would announce at least what teams were playing on Saturday and Sunday. Not necessarily like, oh, this team's playing this, but like AFC or NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Not even necessarily like, oh, this team is just like just put the seed numbers, like the 2 seed and this seed will play at this time. And I'm like, cool, great.
Yeah.
That's just me being wishful and knowing things won't happen.
Yeah.
All right.
When you
Oh, there we go.
wish upon a star.
That was like the worst rendition I feel like I've ever heard of that one, Tyler. That was
Thank you. Thank you.
Harsh.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, everyone.
This was
we will
fun.
See you next week at, I believe, our normal day and time for some playoff football talk.
It'll be good.
Crazy, the regular season is basically over now.
Yep.
But with that, we will see you guys next time.
Thanks, everyone.